Welcome everybody, François Letarte for my role-playing channel, and I'd like to share with you something, a piece of advice I like to give to new game masters who wants to have good tips to run a campaign, or even with game masters who are already in it and they feel that they might have lost the control of their campaign. So it might be all of those situations, and I gave out recently this advice to many people, and some of them came back to me saying that it was working. So it might be good advice. You can comment if I'm wrong or not, but that's because there are so many advice that you can give. Okay, there are so many angles to take role-playing games parameters into account. So here's mine. If I have only one advice to give, okay, here's the one. So when it comes to a campaign, think about who is the bad guy or the main problem. What does he want? And what are the resources he have to achieve what he wants to do? Okay. The resource, it can be tools to achieve what he wants. It might be how he defends himself. Okay, what has he thought? What are the ideas he had to help him get through what he wants to achieve? Okay, with those three parameters in mind, you have pretty much a solid basic of something in your campaign. You will have the hand under your wheel, whatever the players will do, because you have now the agenda of the bad guys that will adjust throughout the campaign, maybe reacting to what the players will do with their characters. But you have your hand on the wheel. You have what the bad guy wants. Okay, and it works well. Yeah, it will work because it gives the player the freedom to do whatever they want. And if for some reasons they do not want to interact with that main problem, well, the bad guy will achieve what he wants to do, and it will have some sort of an impact on the campaign. It might be something very minor, a local thieves guild that is about to do something in the city. You know, for some example, the player characters are in another country, won't have any impact right now. But let's say this is an evil mage who wants to summon a demon that will destroy the world. Well, if the players don't interact or are not fast enough to stop him, the demon will come, and now there will be a new agenda. Okay, the player characters will have to deal with the results, okay, of what the bad guy wanted to achieve. So you have to have an agenda. What does he want and when this will happen, roughly. Okay, so you give informations to your player at first. You give hints of information about those parameters. You don't have to unveil all of the secrets. Okay, maybe there are some secrets they'll have to discover throughout the campaign, but you give them enough hints for them to be interested into interacting with the problem and trying to stop. Okay, let's take our evil mage example. The evil mage from doing is demon summoning. Usually the players will follow those leads. They are usually there for that. Okay, but you might have this extreme, the extreme case where players will say, no, we'd like to open a coffee shop instead. Okay, this might happen. It all depends on your expectation on the game and your level of fun into doing that. Maybe you will follow your players into that. If not, have a good conversation with them with what are their expectations and make adjustments. But don't force them into following your lead. Okay, if they want to open a coffee shop and instead doing their business, at some point the evil guy agenda will be completed and a demon will be summoned. So while they're serving coffees in their shop, well, you will have a demon destroying everything all around. So there will be new problems, and problems that probably will end up in their field, okay, in their shop, okay. So it will be up to the players to decide if they want to interact with those new problems that will have new agenda. Now the big guy is a demon who wants to destroy the world. What means does he have? Well, he's very powerful. He's making all sorts of damage. He's cursing people all the way, all on his way. He's spawning small demons, and okay, so there will be new problems, and this will make the world feel more real, by the way. Okay, yeah, you wanted to open a coffee shop, fine. Now you didn't stop the evil wizard you've heard about. So here the evil wizard has summoned that demon. Now what do? The world is getting upside down. So but all the way through, you'll have your hands on the wheel. Okay, you have your agenda, and yeah, and you won't have forced your players through that, and you won't have got yourself into a situation where you over prepare stuff that won't be used, because you don't know what the players will do. Even though the players are trying to get to that evil mage to stop him, they might not take the route you have thought about. Okay, so you won't have to over prepare, because in the end, if they're taking it, well, you can prepare whatever you want. Okay, if you have prepared a special encounter, if they get through a certain area of your map, but they decided to get around it, you haven't prepared anything. Just think about, you have your hand on the wheel. Okay, there's an evil mage, he wants to summon a demon. What are the resources? Does he expect the players, the characters, to go that way? If so, what does he have to try to stop them? What dangers he can throw at them? But maybe it's not coming from the wizard itself. Maybe just the place they are getting through is full of danger already in place that have no connection with the wizard. But whatever, you have your hand on the wheel. Okay, and for the rest, just go with it. Okay, you might have hints of smaller agendas of other places. Okay, they're getting through places. There's a city over there. Okay, what is this city? Okay, is there a problem? Is there a bad guy? Is there someone who might want to harm the player character? Get back with another agenda. What does he want? What resource does he have? Okay, so with all of that, you have your hands on the wheel all the way through, and then no matter what happened, this will be the player's game and your games too, and you will be surprised with the results, and you will keep it simple. Okay, let's say, okay, if you are worried about your world getting upside down by the upcoming demon, okay, I'll make an example coming from a popular series. Let's take The Walking Dead. Okay, there are zombies everywhere. This is a threat. Maybe, I don't really know all of the lore of The Walking Dead, but why there are zombies everywhere, where this plague is coming from. Maybe it could have been stopped. Maybe there were heroes on that, okay, who could have stopped. They were maybe aware of the danger of that scientist, let's say this scientist, getting that plague ready to be spread in the world. Maybe they had a chance to stop him, but they decided to open a coffee shop. So then bang, there are zombies everywhere, and they have to deal with them every day. So this is another problem. Okay, so the world feels more alive. So don't worry. Okay, the world will feel alive, and with each new agenda, you just have your hands on the wheel. Yeah, this is some examples of, if it goes bad, it can still do good. Okay, it's just the world the way it is, and the player will feel involved. Then they will have the freedom to do whatever they want. They will have fun. I have examples of groups where they just didn't deal with the main problem, and I just fulfilled the bad guy's agenda, because it was to happen at some point. Okay, I didn't want to delay indefinitely up to where they decide to go to the bad guy, just to make it feel more real, just to make them feel the danger is coming. I just made the bad guy's agenda being fulfilled. Like I said, okay, he got through his project, and then a new big problem arose in all of the kingdom. So it ended up their campaign like that, but they have some sort of, they had fun all the way through. Okay, they were doing whatever they wanted, and if I have to play with them again, this might happen. Well, they will be into a world where, well, there's a new problem because they didn't want to stop the bad guy before, and yeah, so there's a new problem. They will have to deal with it, but it will be part of the fun. Okay, trying to see what they want to do with that new context and new problems. But yeah, remember, who's the bad guy? What does he want? What are the resources? What means he have to achieve what he wants? And when you have that in your hand, let the player character decide what route they will take, and prepare whatever you want, but don't be unstable because they didn't take the route, or they aren't dealing with the problem you put in their hand the way you expected they would. Well, that's pretty much what I had to say, so feel free to comment. François Letarte for my role-playing channel, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.